Air fried prime rib with some baby yellow potatoes that are going to be cooked at the same time in the same air frying oven, which is the Ninja Foodi XL Pro air frying oven. Right here is what we're going for, and that is a recipe right out of the recipe book that comes with the unit. It's actually going to be Cajun, so we're fixing to see how that does, and I am looking forward to it. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's get this started. Okay, right there is what we're working with, and they call for in the recipe a 4 to 5 pound roast, and this one is 4.62 pounds. You can see it was $10.99 a pound, and I think that was even on sale. So they're not the cheapest thing that you can find. That particular roast, $50.77. But take my word, it is well worth that. It not only does it make a fantastic meal that everybody involved will remember, it reheats. If you just cook it for to eat on during the week, it reheats better than anything I've ever dealt with. You can reheat it, cut it as steaks, cut it back as prime rib, or just make sandwiches. You'll see what I mean. Now here's everything they call for in this recipe right here. Now if you buy this oven, you'll have this, and it's got some neat recipes. There's got one or two more I'm going to try. Right there's what it should look like in the end, and right here is everything you need and the actual directions. And I have got all of that, and I'm holding it here for a second so you can screenshot that if you need to. It's got a little note right here. It's written for medium rare center at 130 to 135, but I'll be honest with you, we won't be going by any type of time. I'll be using my meter, which is a wireless thermometer, very neat device. As I always say, I'm not affiliated with anything. I'm not selling them. I'm just telling you that I like it and I use it a lot, and we'll be using it tonight. Here are the baby yellow potatoes that we've got to cut in half and get all this stuff put together just like the directions that if you made a picture of, you can see. So I'm not going to go, in other words, when I come back, some of that's going to be done and I'm going to have this pretty much ready. We got to preheat this oven and get everything going. So y'all hold up and I will be back. All right, I just wanted to kind of bring you to speed on where I'm at and show you exactly what I'm using so you'll know what to expect on, say, how the prime rib looks when it comes out of the oven, in case you want to use something different, such as right here it calls for 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Well, it really doesn't say, it doesn't, whether you should use light or dark. Well, for the record, I'm using dark brown sugar. I did not use the light. The next thing is the Cajun seasoning it calls for. I'm using Tony Chachere's, and I like it. I use it all the time. Now, there's plenty on the market. I even considered this right here, the Louisiana Cajun, but I'm using Tony Chachere's. But again, there's plenty. Let's see, right here is everything that's going on the mixture. If you look right here in the directions, that's what the prime rib is going on the prime rib, and I'm got it in this large container because I'm going to set that whole roast in there and just roll it around and get it coated. Same thing here for the potatoes, and here is everything they call for there. And onion powder, garlic powder, the thyme, and some salt. And it calls for you to cut these in half. And you can see right here I'm using baby Dutch yellow potatoes. And I'm going to cut them in half. Maybe not all of them, like that one right there. That's fairly small, so I probably won't cut that one in half. One of the other things I wanted to show, I think, was this right here. Fresh thyme. You can see I got plenty. That was like $1.50, so it's not a big deal. But I mean, it's simple to do. You just kind of get it at the top. Don't get it real. It'll try and break if you get it way up near the tip. But then you just do that right there. And then I did take my 8-inch chef knife. I grouped it all together once I had all 3 of these sprigs done. And in fact, I'll probably put those in, but just rocked that 8-inch chef knife on it and chopped them up just a little bit, but nothing big, no big deal, just that right there. And I'm fixing to get the 2 tablespoons of canola that they call for in here, get these potatoes coated. I'm going to get my roast in here and get it coated, and we're going to preheat and get this started, and I'll be back. Okay, everything is ready to go in the oven. There are the potatoes with the 2 tablespoons of canola and the mixture we had. Here's the prime rib that I actually put in this container and rolled it around so it is well coated. I've got my meter probes. I'm not sure you can see them in there, but I've got my meter probes in there, and we'll set that up on a tablet in just a minute so we can watch the temps. Now, what it wants to do is, we're at this point right here, so it says install the wire rack on level 1. Well, what they mean by that is, I'm not sure you can see the writing, but it says 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that is the different levels you can put this wire rack that they're speaking of, because this has to sit on a wire rack. It won't fit in the channels. You have to have a wire rack, and that's the way they have it designed. By the way, I have the roasting tray on top of a sheet pan so the fat can drain away. I think you can see those slots in it, and that's what that is. So what we got to do now is close this up, and let's see, where are we? We're on level 1, and select whole roast, which is what we're doing. So you go to function. It's lit up for pizza right now. So you just click it around till you hit low roast, and then it won't select 2 level, because that's what we're doing. We're doing 2 level cooking, 1 level of potatoes and 1 level of a prime rib. That's one of the features of this oven. We hit 2 level. Now it tells me it wants my racks on 1 and 4. So that means this will be on 1 and this will go right here in 4. And I know I'm probably over explaining, but some people may have not seen all this, so bear with me. Set temp to 450 degrees. So we're going to go right here to temp. Take the temp to 450 and then set the time to 25 minutes. Now, that's one thing about this particular recipe. It just cooks it at 450 degrees for 25 minutes, and then we have to lower it. So the time to 25, whoops, we're going to hit start, let it preheat. I'm going to make sure I got my act together. But anyhow, once that preheats, and it's supposed to do it in 90 seconds, but if it's off much, I'll tell you. But anyhow, when that preheats, we're going to set that in and get this started, and I'll be back. All right, we're getting close. In fact, there it goes. Let's just get this part right here done, and I will show you what it says to do, which I've already read, but it is this right here. Put the roast right there and slide the potatoes in this rack right here. Close the door back. We're off and running. And just so you'll know, right here's what it says. When the unit has preheated, place pan on wire rack on level 1, slide basket into the rails of level 4, close oven door and begin cooking. Of course, you could have easily already read that because I had you do a screenshot. But anyhow, we're going to get that going, obviously, and in 25 minutes we're going to lower the temp. So I'll be back then. Luckily, I looked back on my video when the 450 degrees and the 25 minutes timed out and found out my audio was not working. I videoed it, but I didn't have any audio. So I'm going to tell you what I did, and it's right here. You've already seen it. After 25 minutes, after that time's out, you select whole roast, set temperature to 250, set time to 1 hour. So when it timed out, all I did was, it was already on whole roast, so I didn't have to select that, obviously. I just moved the temp to 250 and I moved the time to 1 hour, and that is where we are. We've got 10 minutes left, and as you know, we're using my internal meat probe, and I've got it set for 130, and we're at 115 degrees. So we're going to see how close they are with their 1 hour, their 1 hour setting to what I get with my meter probes. But I got a feeling they're going to be really close. Okay, so for the record, I'm going to move this time up. I'm going to add a minute right now, maybe 2, I'll tell you what, 3 minutes. Because it's saying right here, if you can see this, I got 3 minutes remaining. And that is just on one of them. Let's see. We're at 122, in other words, with a target of 130, which is what they said also. And so I'm adding 3 minutes. That is not a big deal. And it said 4 to 5 pound roast, and mine is, I think, a 4.6. So anyhow, we're going to let this go all the way to where it tells me to remove it. Okay, so the meter is saying remove it with 35 seconds left. I'm not going to change that because, quite honestly, this one's going to be pretty much reheated, but we're going to see how it looks. We're going to pull it at 124, and then you'll see carryover will take it, I'm sure, pretty close to 130, and we'll get to see exactly what that temp roast looks like. So once that time's out, there it goes. In fact, I'm going to turn this down because it does not get any quieter. And I'm going to set this out, and we're going to tent it for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, but we'll see. I'm really anxious to see how the potatoes look. But right here, I got the rack and all. Right here is the roast, and I have a feeling it's going to be excellent. And like I said, I'm primarily, this is being reheated. I'm going to do a lot of things with it tomorrow, but I've got a feeling it'd be fine if you were eating it tonight too. But you'll see what one looks like that's pulled at 125. There's the potatoes, and they look really good too. So I'm going to set those right here. I tell you what, we'll move this over just a little bit, get it off that cable, and we'll let those rest. I'm going to get some aluminum foil and put it on there like this. In fact, I'll show you what I mean by tent. If I can get it to this aluminum foil right here, just going to put that just like that for about, I don't know, we'll go 15, 20 minutes. We're going to watch this and see what it does. And for the record, I'm going to tent the potatoes also and let those lay just like they are, just to see how they do. In fact, you know what? Let's pull one right now and just see how they are right now, other than very hot. I'm going to set it down. In fact, we'll use this right here. Let's see what the temp is. That might even be better. Let's see what the temp of the potato is. The potato is, I look for 205 or so. Wow, that is pretty close to perfect. That is perfect, 201. So that's what I look for in a potato, 200, 205. Couldn't have got that much better. And it is very hot, but it looks very good. And I got a feeling it would be. Wow. But hot it is. As soon as that cools off, I'm going to give you a better idea. I'll be back. All right, I thought I might ought to do this. It's 254. We're going to let that roast rest and the potatoes for, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll cut it. By the way, I keep forgetting to say it. You see these flashing on the camera? I'm assuming it's going to be that way on the video. It is not doing that in person. It's just the camera making it do that. So, anyhow. All right, I am dying to try these potatoes, and these have cooled off plenty, so they are absolutely spot on perfect. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of onion powder. And really not crazy about garlic powder. I like fresh garlic, but I'm not crazy about either one of those. That is excellent, man. That is a great flavor. That is a very good potato recipe, and they're done perfect. I mean, to perfection. I'm shocked about that too. Anyhow, a few more minutes, we're going to cut into that prime rib. All right, it's 3:15, so we're just over 20 minutes of rest time. So I am about to uncover these, and I'm honestly going to make some of my YouTube pictures, but we're already at 137, 136 internal, but you'll be able to see it in just a minute. I'm going to pull these out, get it set over here, get my potatoes on it, and we're going to cut into it and see how it looks. I'll be back. All right, right there it is. I made me some pictures, and it is beautiful. You got to admit, that is a good-looking roast, and let's see what it looks like on the inside. And I'm trying to decide how to go about this. Maybe I should put it on a bigger plate, but just right down the center. Let's see what it looks like in the middle. And got a potato. And there it is. And that is prime rib at its finest. I'm telling you, that right there is restaurant quality. And, whoops, I dropped a potato, but my dog will love that. And the fact that that'll reheat excellently. And there it is right there. That's, to me, that's going to be really hard to beat. So, I'm going to cut off a slice and taste it. I got to find something to wipe my hands off with. The potatoes are excellent too. The potatoes are fantastic. The roast looks excellent. Let's see. We're going to see if we can get through it right here. And I dropped another potato. My dogs are going to be loving me. And we're going to cut a piece right here. And that is, there he comes. There comes my dog. He smells it. That is prime rib at its finest. Perfectly cooked. It's that Cajun, boy, I taste it. It's there. It's different. I like it. It's got a little heat. Hey, I like that. It's good. So, anyhow, get a bigger plate than I got. I was trying to make it look good for those pictures, but anyhow, you see what it looks like. That's perfect prime rib. Now, that Tony Chachere's is definitely there. The brown sugar, I was concerned with it being sweet. I'm not picking up brown sugar. I'm just not. And those potatoes, they're perfect. So, 2-level cooking in the Ninja Foodi oven obviously works real well. And like I said, you say, I mean, that is $50, but you see what you can do with it. And if you didn't cut it down the middle, you could have done that a lot better and make sandwiches. And take my word, that'll get eaten. We eat them here a lot. They're a lot of bang for your buck. They really are, and they last a few days. I love y'all all. Come back to see me. Cook your prime rib. So far, this might be the best thing I've ever bought. As far as air frying, I think it might be at the moment. I love y'all all. Come back to see me. Bye-bye.